Hey, what's up, everyone? This is going to be Yuri's revenge game. I'm Yuri versus a Soviet.
Building. Construction
The name of this map is Dune Patrol, and you notice I just moved my MCV to the bottom. I actually want to do like a wall tactic where I try to wall off, because sometimes this map you could actually do good versus Soviet, sometimes you do bad. Usually if the Soviet just waits around and then you just like build up 2 masterminds, a disc and a genetic mutator, and the Soviet goes 2 minus from war, doesn't really pressure you. Of course, Yuri's gonna have the major advantage, but a lot of the good Soviets, they rush the living dog. I was gonna say living dog out of you. That doesn't make no sense. They rush the living crap out of you. Like they rush you super hard, and it gets hard. So like I was like, this guy, I seen him play before, or I think this might be the second game I played this guy. I'm not sure. I don't remember having it other times, but in this game I was like, okay, I'm gonna wall off, see if it works. And I actually don't think it's just like to see if it works. It seems like a good strategy.
Construction complete.
I basically have total security in the bottom ore patch. You notice there's 3 ore patches per team, 6 ore patches on the map, 3 for each side, 2 teams. So the first one's gonna be totally secured. I'm gonna make a bunker right away. I'm gonna go 1 minus 4. Since I'm walling off, I don't have to go straight tanks. And straight tanks versus Soviet usually it doesn't really help, because you're gonna go straight lashers versus straight tanks. The Soviet's gonna be to the advantage. He's gonna basically use his better tanks versus your weaker tanks, because you know rhino tanks are stronger than lashers and gas. And that's what teams are kind of balanced away to the fact that Soviet of all 3 teams has the most armor in the tanks. Now I'm going to get my gat in that bunker. If I could get in the bunker, or I actually got in the bunker, almost didn't. So I got the 1 brute to defend, chase around his miners. Now he might have taken me from behind.
I will make you pay for that.
He might have taken me from behind. So the taunts are actually on like maximum volume, so it just the sounds, audio is like screwed up with the taunts. So I have to get walls in the back. Now I want to make radar, so I want to get my viruses, Yuri clones, psychic towers for a little bit later on. I don't need it immediately. Now here comes the guys. I want to send the brute in first, because the brute could actually absorb a lot of damage. They're like basically like tank destroyers. They're like the real tank destroyers, not the German tanks. Those suck. They kind of suck. I mean, there's some quality in them, but now I'm gonna keep rebuilding the walls. And notice how I made like the wall like that. It's actually kind of good, just to make more walls all over the place. Now he's a tank. You notice he has me out tank. I can't really. I could actually lose if I fight him heads up right here. So I'm going to keep walling off. Now I got my magnetron up, so I'm in business. Now if he actually moved his tanks real close to my walls, I'm going to be able to build walls where his tanks are. That's actually a good strategy. So I got one of his tanks. It actually fell on my wall. It looked like it fell like between the MCV and the wall, but I think the wall took the damage. Right there. I was like, I'll make double walls. I'll make double walls. But the only problem is I eventually have to expand to the middle ore. Oh, he's gonna have all 3 ore patches and kill me, have me stuck in the corner with 1/3 the resources. Can't win that game with 1/3 the resources if it gets to a longer game. So I want to scout. Notice I don't really have him scouted well besides the bottom. I want to move my crab over. I'm scared of a desolator. That's why I'm moving like so cautiously. Very scared of a popsicle desolator coming up and desolating, totally wiping out everything. So I realized I didn't know if he sold his MCV or not, and I just realized it looks like he sold his MCV unless he moved it to the upper top, but it looks like he sold the MCV. You could kind of tell. So he's bringing in a wave of conscripts. This might finish me off, because all he has to do is bust my magnetrons, and then my Gatling bunker is really nothing compared to those rhino tanks. So I got 4 miners. Now I want to I'm going to make a power plant to expand to the middle, because I want to make a power plant, then put a Gatling to protect the middle. So there's my second power plant, even though I don't really need a second power plant. For the electric, I need it for expansion, because it's better than making a second barracks. Now I want to make sure I want to control this Yuri, and I realize he's going all in, so I got to get that magnetron back. I almost freaking lost that magnetron from the conscripts. So I'm going to automag him. If he kills this 1 power plant, that's not a big steal, it's got 2. So this is one advantage of having 2 power plants. you could lose one. And look, I'm still high power. Now I'm a little bit in trouble, but he's got to try to kill my magnetrons. If he kills my magnetrons, the game would be lost. If he killed both my magnetrons.
Unit ready.
So I'm mind controlling it, and I look like I'm in good shape because of the fact that my miners are absorbing a lot of bullets. I might lose my MCV, but it actually looks like a few seconds have passed, and now it looks like I'm not going to lose the MCV. And I got him all mind control, and he was going too hard for the MCV. I don't know if he knew I had Yuri clones or he wasn't paying attention, but that happened, and he lost the game. I won the game, so good game. The walls worked, and this is a nice little short game to show you some like wall defenses, but it gets really dangerous. Trust me, I'm not just doing this for no reason, making walls and totally camping like that. The Soviets get really nasty in this map, especially with desolators and stuff. So he's just going to quit, and I got myself established on this ore. I don't even think you could get desolators at this point. So I have 4 miners in the middle ore. I'm going to get a lot of money. I'm in pretty good shape, and the Soviet with pure Rhino tanks isn't going to do much with this multiple different units from Yuri. Good game.